many just general questions about your campaign. I wanted to ask you, first of all, what made you decide to run?
I was tired of just complaining on social media and actually not doing anything. And I was inspired by Cassidy Hutchinson, who was a Trump administration person who stood up for what was right. I read her book and I was like, yes, because I love government and I could actually make a difference. So that was why I decided to do it.
Okay, and tell me a little bit about yourself. You're a farmer here
Yes.
in Durham. Tell me about your life as a farmer and how that informs some of your goals in your campaign.
It is really hard to be a small family farmer these days because the competition from corporate agriculture is just so large, and small farmers are selling out everywhere. We are having really poor nut prices, and we are just barely making it, hanging on by a thread. And I really want to support the regular farmers who've lived here for generations. Our family's been here since 1936, same house. And I want to be able to pass it on to my children and to have a future.
And if you could sum up, two of the main problems that Butte County is facing right now, what would those be?
I would say one of the problems is appropriate housing development. How can we develop housing that is attainable for the people who already live here, and so that we can provide that. The other issue also relates to housing. I'm really concerned about the seniors in mobile home parks, and I think we need a rent stabilization ordinance so that homeowners in mobile home parks don't get priced out and end up homeless.
That's one thing we've been following for the last few weeks. I mean, can you expand on that? Why do you think that's such an issue here in this area specifically?
There are a lot of mobile home parks, and a lot of our most vulnerable residents live in mobile home parks. And as it stands now, outside companies can come in and jack up the rent as much as they want. And it is pushing people out of the places that they lived. Some are moving into other states, some are moving in with family, some are becoming homeless. And we need to keep these people in place. And the mobile home parks that act right and take care of their people and have good business practices won't be affected.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure you've been doing a lot of talking to people here in the community. What is the sense that you've been getting from community members here in Durham about what they want in their county supervisors?
They want someone who will work for the working families and not just for the wealthy landowners in this area and big ag and corporate. I really want to represent the people who maybe don't get represented as well on the board of supervisors. I want to be a voice for the people who are more vulnerable, who don't have a voice currently. And that is really what I want to do. I want to ask questions and get good answers, and also just bring a different perspective to the board.
Mm-hmm. And I know you've already touched on this, but if you can, grade our current county board of supervisors, how do you think they've been doing, and what is one or two things you would want to bring to the board should you be elected?
I think that actually has a very competent county government. It has a competent county government. I haven't seen anything that I think that they're really falling down on the job. I do think they could be more responsive to constituents and their complaints, because they have some real ones. And as I go about talking to people, I find that they really want someone they can call who will answer their questions and solve some of the problems and bring a different perspective.
You have a town hall scheduled
Yes.
tonight. What are some of the goals you have for tonight's event?
I want to meet voters. The people of this county are lovely, and this has been the best part of running, is meeting all the people. And I want to let them know that I'll be a voice for them, and especially there's some mental health changes coming down the pike with Proposition 1. We're going to lose a lot of our preventative funding, and I want people to be aware of that before the election so they can make their decisions. And also just to get to know them and find out what their concerns are and how I can best serve them.
Kind of a broad or general question. What direction would you say the county is headed in? A positive one or a negative one? Or do you have any thoughts on the direction Butte County is going in right now?
I think that Butte County in general is going in the right direction. I would like more focus put on serving the most vulnerable of our citizens and really advocating for them. And I think that the people who work in this government are fantastic, and I really want to commend them for all the hard work that they do. I think we just need a different perspective on the board, somebody who can ask questions and look at budgets and look at the contracts and make sure that we're really on the same page.
Final question, your elevator pitch to voters who might not be paying attention right now, just seeing a list of names on their ballots. Why should people elect you?
Because I'm an ordinary person. I'm not supported by any big corporations or outside funding. I'm just a farmer and a teacher and a mother, and I want to make a difference and serve the people of this county. I will work for them. I work for the people. I don't work for outside interests, and so that's why they should elect me.